Please tell me who the fuck we got in the building today.
What's going on, man? My name Carlos. People call me Los, which is crazy because it's Carlos, not Carlos, but I rock with it. I don't care how you spell it, as long as you spell it right when you cut the check.
Yay.
But, you know, yeah, my name Carlos. I'm from Albion, Michigan.
Now, I'm going to be real with you. I think the first time we ever bumped into each other or we got acquainted with each other, if I'm correct, it was at the talent show, right?
Yep.
Man, that was way back. And
yep.
Like, you just said to him, he was like, are you from Jackson, bro?
Yep.
I'm like, yeah. And then we just started going back and forth about who we knew. And then, what was it, like maybe 2 weeks later, you was like, hey, man, if you next time you at Albion, let me know if you want to hoop. And,
yeah. And then it was a track meet.
Yep. And you took me to... really the trenches to go hoop, man. And I think at that moment, that's when you really, well, anybody from Jackson really wasn't supposed to be up here, you know. God bless the dead with Debbie and stuff like that. And you took me straight to the trenches. And you was like, yeah, you gonna be good, bro. You gonna be good. And that was all love, man. And I appreciate that, man.
For sure, bro. For sure.
Now, we gonna speak right there about that. What's on your chest, man? That TopSoon, man.
Yes, sir.
Man, how'd you even get into clothing and stuff like that?
Man, it was actually by mistake. It was supposed to have been a movement like for kids. Mm-hmm. What I had planned on doing was reaching out to some of the homies here in Albion, and then especially like expanding towards Atlanta because that's where I live now. So. Right. The plan was to reach out to the ages between like 16, 18, 20, to start being able to get them hands-on with careers. Like, I know a couple homies that want to do, music engineering, or they want to get into filming, or they want to get into the actual professional. Like, I'm thinking about going into doing the law thing. I know some attorneys. I know some people in the music field, film directing. So the plan was to start small, obviously, a couple of them. If they want to get into music, have them come down to Atlanta for probably like a good weekend in the summertime, and then get them up with the people that I know that they want to do. So whether they actually was to do it or to just be around it, just to see it, see it happening. Mm-hmm. That was the original plan. I reached out to a guy down there in Atlanta, this graphic designer. He had sent me a list of logos. I had picked one of the logos, and then I had reached out to another dude because I do so much networking. So I reached out to another dude. And was like, he like, oh man, I could put that on the hat for you. I'm like, bet, let's do it. So he put it on the hat, and then I had got to put on the shirt, and then I had took a picture in it and posted it on the internet. From there, it was just like, it took off with a clothing line. People were like, I want a hat, I want a shirt. I'm just like, damn. Like at first, when I had started, it was like a little cold outside. It was a little cold outside up here, but down, in Atlanta, it was like a little more warm. So I started with the dad hats, and people up here was like, damn, I want a hat, I want a shirt, I want a hat. So I was like, okay, let me just start with the hats. It was like, because that was the simplest thing I could do. Mm-hmm. Let me just do the hats. So then once I started doing the hats, it took for one person to say like, you ain't got no beanies? It's cold up here. I'm like, damn, like, yeah, I'm selling it. Because people was buying the dad hats though. Like, it was like a little chilly outside like how it is now. Like, right now, if you had the option of putting a hat on, a dad hat on or a beanie hat, you're going to throw a beanie hat on. Like, because it's a little chilly outside. But people was buying the dad hats and it was a little cold outside. So I'm just like, damn, why I ain't think of that? But because it wasn't supposed to be in a clothing line. It was supposed to have been, a movement. So then I had started going about it as like a clothing line, and I still was putting a little spin on it where, because it wasn't as big then, obviously, but I was basically sending direct messages to people. Like, a couple people would buy it. I had this template where I just basically go in and I type in what that individual person inspired in me or where I see in them to keep them going to see that in themselves. So like a lot of people still to this day, they still got the letter that I, when I sent out they hat, they got the letter with it too. So like, that's good. I mean, I still look at it to this day like, dang, like when I started, it was like, it was another thing, turned out to be something else. And then how I went about it, like, it was more so a personal note to them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah.
Felt the genuine love.
You feel me?
I'm about to say, now break down the logo even more, because a lot of people, I guess, wouldn't even really realize it.
Yeah.
Unless you because some people are like, oh, it's TopSoon, but really break down the logo for people that really don't know.
So I mean, TopSoon is what it sounds like. I'm gonna get there soon. I'm gonna make what I want to happen soon. But that's a way of looking at it. But to get a little bit more in depth with it is basically, if you look at the logo, I don't know, if you look at the logo, the O in top is an eye, symbolizing the third eye, the subconscious feeling of yourself, to know who you are, to know what you want. Right. In order to be able to know what you want, you have to know who you are. So that's basically saying you're aware. I mean, it's the awareness of yourself. And then the O's in soon are ears, because it's symbolizing the importance of listening to that. You know what I'm saying? Listening to yourself, listening to others around you, and paying attention. So, all those attributes is, key to actually accomplishing whatever it is that you want to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? Paying attention and listening. So that's what the eye and the ears mean within the logo. And then basically, the acronym for I had a couple and I'm still playing around with it, but I know for a fact I'm running with, for the soon portion, it's something out of nothing. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that eventually, because you got some people who like, oh yeah, well, what if I already feel like I made it, or okay, well, you made something out of nothing, because you didn't, unless you were just born with a silver spoon, then you feel me, like, which some people have, but you know what I'm saying, that's not what this brand is that's not what the brand is standing for. Those who, good God bless you that way, but we working from straight out from the bottom, to accomplish what it is that we want to accomplish.
Yeah. Now, you spoke on networking. How much important is it in this industry to really get out networking and just not working with just one company with your clothing line, but multiple companies?
Man, it's huge. I mean, like this thing, I've only been doing it for a year and a half, and for it to blow as fast as it did, I mean, a lot of my support is from home, is home based, and that's simply because all of my other networks is from the music. I was doing a lot of moving around in the music industry, so because my cousin, he do music, so I was doing a lot of networking for him on the music tip, and I still have a lot of those connections from when I was working with the music. So since I had started doing the clothes, since I started working, like doing the TopSoon thing, I had kind of like had to take a step back from it to realize, okay, well, how am I going to do this thing? How am I going to master it? Because like, this is something that I have full control of. With the music thing, it was more so like, I'm just, putting somebody else stuff out and helping them, shop their stuff around. Right. So instead of moving how I was moving for somebody else, I had to take a step back and say, okay, well, I want this thing to be ran a little different, you know what I'm saying? Because I got full control of it. I know how hard I'm gonna go for my own thing, you know what I'm saying? You're doing something for somebody else, you only got control of what you're doing. You don't have control of what the next person is doing that's in business with you. So like with the networking portion, like I just basically took a step back from everything, and I was like, okay, let me figure out how I want this thing to look, how I want it to go, everything from all the way from A to Z. Right. And so that's basically what I did, and I haven't even reached out to my network of people from in other places with it. I mean, they're seeing it and they're asking about it, like, yo, I need a shirt, I need this, I need that, and it's just like, I keep hitting them with the it's coming soon, because my main thing is just flooding home with it, you know what I'm saying, because that's number one support. And then I was like, oh, I want people at home to have it first before we start going on, before we blow all the way up out of here. I want to flood the crib first. So that's just been really what it is. But as far as, like you said, networking, now starting to pick up more on inventory and things like that. I've been, reaching out to a couple of people who do, like, the actually helping me put it on the merch and all that. I had reached out to, I got a guy in Atlanta. He does a lot of my stuff. Real cool dude. We actually grew together too. He was working out of his garage, and he went and worked for somebody else. And then now he got his own warehouse. Like, yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like, yeah, it's my boy. Like, really, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we locked in. He cool, like, real cool dude. And so now it's just like not having to put so much on him because, like I said, inventory is getting, it's getting bigger. So I had reached out to Sandy from Jackson, which I was like, okay, let me go ahead and reach out to somebody I know, that I already had knew, from like kind of like one of the day one people.
Right.
And so now she's helping me get some of the inventory done. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much as far as with that on the networking tip. But other than like really just getting the stuff out and, getting promotions, getting promo runs with people and all that, I haven't really did that yet. Like, I haven't really like tried to go hard with getting it out or like on celebrities and all that stuff yet, because it ain't really, I had some opportunities, but I didn't really take it because I was like, I wasn't ready for it yet. You know what I'm saying? Because when you do something like that, say if you did get somebody like Jay-Z, you got somebody like Jay-Z in it, and say if he tagged your page, now you got 5,000 people probably coming a week or every other week. You know what I'm saying? Then you ain't got the inventory for it. You like, oh damn, like you know what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you ready for what you step out there and you step out there and do. But like I said, my main thing is just flooding local.
Got you. Now, when I first got presented to it, I guess it was already at a stage where you wanted to, like the presentation was already real. Yeah. You had the bag, the social medias was on the bag. You had the tag on the shirt and everything. It looked like it came like out of a what would you say, like almost a boutique store or something, something crazy like that. So what was some of your early frustrations with starting this up?
Man, the material, cause me, like I can't just put out anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't. Like I'm big on like quality, like the quality, the presentation. Like I said, the presentation is the main thing. Like I had somebody tell me like, yo, like you just started doing this thing or whatever, and like you got thank you bags. Like I said, I got thank you bags, and like the quality of it, like is not something you get this. I want you to be able to, when you put it on, you wash it as many times as you want. You can wear it this year, you can wear it next year, you can wear it the year after that. I want it to be something that down the line you got your money's worth. You know what I'm saying? Especially we not even really, we not taxing for it. Because it's really the main thing is just getting it out and getting it to the people who really genuinely support. You know what I'm saying? So one of the frustrations was just basically finding the right materials. Like that's what slowed me up a lot, was basically finding the right materials, because there'd be times where I had to order some blanks, and I get some back and I'd be like, nah, I don't like the way this is, or I'll wash it a couple times, it'll fade or it'll shrink. So actually finding the right, that was some losses itself, because I had, it was just whatever. But and once I got the right recipe of things, it started to flow a little more easier for me. But yeah, that was probably one of the only frustrations. That was and then the designs too, cause like me, like I overthink stuff, so I want some things to be a little more like for example, the shirt I just showed you, like now I'm working on being able to change some of the colors and doing some of that different stuff. And now eventually what I plan on doing is actually start going in and start kind of basically being on some Dapper Dan, where you feel me, like start making my own, like right now, because basically a lot of brands, like I'm gonna just say this for mine right now, all I'm basically doing is I got a logo and I'm changing it up a little bit here and there, but I'm just putting it on wholesale items. You know what I'm saying? Like granted, like I said, I had to find the right items that I wanted to use, but what I want to do eventually, and I've been talking to this group of people. I'm actually go out and visit them probably in the next month or two after all this stuff died down. But actually start making my own, like actual custom, from scratch. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep I didn't fell in love with this thing. Like at first, like I said, it wasn't even supposed to have business, bro. So like actually falling in love with it and actually wanting to master it, that's what's taking so long for me to to drop certain things or to move a certain way, because it's like I'm practicing this every day. I'm practicing it every day to make it the top thing that I, make, to not just put out anything average, or not to just be because, I want to have it out there. Like, nah, because if so, I'll wait. Should I go? I'll go a couple months without having to put something out just because I want it to be right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I'm about to say now, backtracking a little bit. I remember one point in time you said you was struggling real bad in college. You said you was on academic probation.
I was on terminal. Yeah, man, it's crazy. I wasn't even supposed to have. I wasn't even supposed to have went to the school I went to. It's a liberal arts school, Albion College. It's like one of the hardest, like one of the #1 schools in around the area. And like, you know, I was always one of those, like, you know, just did the bare minimum students. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't really care for real. Like, whatever. I didn't really care for real. So then it come time to graduate high school. You know, I'm applying to schools, and you know, everybody getting accepted to the school. I'm like, damn, like I wasn't getting accepted to nothing, bro. Like, I'm like, shit, what I'm gonna do? So then I ended up, I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and apply. I'm gonna go and apply to KCC. I had applied to Albion. I got denied. Then I was like, let me just go ahead and apply to KCC, and then because they was telling me all I had to do was a couple of semesters and I could transfer there and all that. I'm just like, all right, whatever. I'm gonna go to KCC and then try that if whatever. So then just because of, you know, my athletics, my track coach, he always, you know, he saw it in me. He just was like, you know, you just got to go harder. So he ended up actually talking to, you know, pull some strings and got me in the Albion. Long story short, yeah. So when I got in, you know, I went in on basically they had like a way where you can go in and you will already be on academic probation. Like, it's like they already, like, you under the radar of just basically just do your shit, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what it was. And you know, I did just the bare minimum my first semester, and then you know, my high school track coach, you know, he was still kind of like on me. Like, he was watching me, like, okay, let me watch him for the first year. So he was watching me. He was like, yeah, you know, after the first semester, he's like, yeah, you did good, you did pretty good. Ooh, after, you know. I'm like, damn, I heard him saying that. I'm like, well, damn, I didn't really try for real, and I did, you know, just did all right. And I kind of got lazy. And then, yeah, man. And then I ended up actually being on academic probation. And then sophomore year come around, you know, that first semester of sophomore year, you know, I did terrible. And then we ended up going on winter break. And I'll never forget it. We went on winter break. I had got a letter in the mail. It was like basically saying that if I didn't get a certain GPA, I was gonna be getting kicked out because I'm on terminal. I'm like, damn, I had to take this extra class. I had to take this terminal probation class. You know, where they basically monitor me and my classes and everything. So I'm just like, damn, like, and so, but when I got that letter in the mail, I was just sitting there like, damn, like. Because our winter break was longer than everybody's. Our winter break used to be like 6 weeks. So I had like 6 weeks to think about that, bro. I'm just like, man, if I don't go back to school, what am I gonna do? Like, am I gonna go get a job at a factory? Then what? Like what, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell am I gonna do? So I was like, man, you know what, man, let me just lock all the way in with this thing, man. Let me just get it over with. Like, I'm on my second year. I only got 2 more years to go. So let me go ahead and just get this shit over with. So long story short, man, I had got down to my last, because I had did so terrible my first 2 years. Like the first year and then like halfway through sophomore year, I had did so bad where I had ended up, you know, I was behind like 2 credits or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take like my senior year, first semester, I had to take an extra class, and then it came down to my last semester of my senior year, where I had to take another class outside. I had to take a class at KCC, and I had to pass this geology class, where I waited till the last year. Like they had like a crazy curriculum where you had to take these certain classes. So I had to take this geo class, bro, and it came down to that class, bro. Basically, like if I didn't, it's that last exam. Like if I didn't pass that exam, I was gonna graduate later, basically. Like if I had to take the class again, then I was gonna be able to walk. But I'm like, man, hell, I'm not trying to walk and not get my diploma, you know, get my degree. So I'm like, man, so bro, like I literally, like, I turned up, bro. Like I had to lock in all the way. I'm to my questions I had, anything that I had any concerns, questions about, I'm at their neck, like I'm on them, like, yo, how, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are like, I still to this day stay in contact with a lot of people up at the school, like the staff and all that, because like they saw me grow from actually being this young kid who they saw didn't care to like, okay, he a little interested. Now he's like getting on our nerves because he always emailing. He always at our. He's staying after class. He's staying after class after the lectures and all that, asking questions and all that. So to that, and then to actually graduating like on time, like graduated on time, got my degree and everything. So that was just like to myself, like that's another part of what made me want to create the movement, because it's just like a lot of people, we don't see the grunt work and what the trials and tribulations that somebody had to actually go through to make something happen.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say, no, at that moment or when you was in that mode, do you feel like that was very monumental to your growth as a man, or do you look back at it like I could have figured that out a different way?
Nah, it was needed. It was definitely needed. It was definitely was needed, because I don't really know what other thing could have helped me transition. You know what I'm saying? Other than like, I don't really know. I mean, obviously it's all written already, so it's just like I feel like I played it well, I understood it well. It was something that that was, like I said, it's all written. So when I had got to that chapter, it was just like, oh yeah, okay, this makes sense. Now just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have out of myself too. Like after I finish school, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go way harder at life. You know what I'm saying? After I finish school, I'm gonna just go harder at life. And then that's what got us here.
Damn. Now, with this coming along so well and things of that nature, you got beanies, you got keychains, you got new hoodies, new T-shirts, and things of that nature. Are you still gonna branch back to really getting back to helping the kids out, or is that's still the monumental thing, huh? Yeah,
that's definitely. I definitely want to get back to that. I feel like now with actually having, merch with the brand, it being considered a clothing line, that will definitely help, because now once we go back to what the original plan was, we'll be able to, first and foremost, it's helping fund them type of ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously, like I said, when I was blueprinting everything out, I wanted to get these kids with different people, whatever. But that's still, we gotta get the kid from where they are to where we're trying to get them to, and then we gotta obviously still, the person, whoever we linking them with, gotta get paid. If they in a position where they need to get paid, if they not, they're like, oh no, this is this is cool. Like I don't mind like doing this for out the kindness of my heart. But it's still like the food and all that stuff. So this as a clothing line, I feel like will help fund those type of situations. So it almost happened perfect. I haven't been able to really like put a whole lot of thought into how I was gonna, like I said, because at first it was just the idea. Like I probably had wrote some stuff down, but I hadn't really got real deep into how. I just knew what I wanted to do. So I haven't really doubled back on the thought process of how it would look and all that stuff yet, because I've been so wrapped up into this. But yeah, definitely want to get back into the original idea.
Got you. Now, with you even still bearing this be fairly new and things like that, you still having so much success, what would be one piece of advice for people that want to jump into this field?
Man, don't stop. Don't stop. Like, I mean, exit out all the distractions and anything that you feel like is not helping you grow or helping you challenge yourself mentally to grow, to not only grow but to show to yourself. Like, always vow to yourself to actually work on your craft. Like, if you got a job, I mean, we all got to work. We got to work to eat. So I mean, I understand if your craft is not paying you right now, then you got to work. But don't spend majority of your time working at a job if at the end of the day, man, I want to do this other thing. Right. Okay, yeah, go to your job. Dedicate yourself all that time to being top game at your job. But once you clock out, then that's when I feel like you should put them other hours in, because that's important. Like, I find it that myself, I used to be, And how I used to push myself is when I had a job, and I'd be working, and I'd just be like, man, damn, like, I do not feel like being here. You know what I'm saying? Like, take that same exact feeling to the peak of when you don't feel like doing something that you know you have to do. Take the peak of that and measure it up until when you get home and you chilling. Remember how you felt when you was at work.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, all right, I know for a fact I was at work earlier, mad as mud. Like, man, I don't take that same feeling when you at home and you chilling and you on Instagram or you on anything social media, or you know what I'm saying, you playing around. Take that same feeling earlier you felt, and remember, like, oh dang, okay, let me just go ahead and start trying to figure this thing out, cause man, I don't want to have too many more days like that no more. Right, you know what I'm saying? And if I do have them days, I want it to be about my own thing. You know, not like it's not gonna be, oh, I'm tired of doing this. Nah, because that's what you want to do. You're just gonna be more so like, man, I'm tired. Like, I've been doing this for a couple hours now. Let me just take a break. Let me take a nap. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have those type of problems. Don't have problems where it's like, you know, you almost like, because at the end of the day, we all only get one life. You feel me? You're gonna spend the majority of your time wasting your time, like, for what? It's crazy.
I'm about to say, no, where can people actually go to get the gear? I know people hit you up on Instagram or social medias all the time, and I know you got your website. So where's a good place people can really go to get the merchandise?
The website and the Instagram. I'm more quick to respond. On the Instagram, and obviously emails too. But you know, the main place to shop is on the website. A lot of people still, you know, say I'm doing the transition from, you know, out the trunk to the website. So a lot of people, you know, they think because I'm local, I'm around, like, oh yeah, you know, I want to grab this, I want to grab that. Where you at? Like, yeah, it's convenient, but at the same time, it's like, I need everything to go through the website, because first of all, that's what I paid for the website. Right. So that's that, and then it's like, you know, it's as for me to actually be able to keep up with everything that's going on, like, you know, all the sales, the traffic for the website, my inventory, because, you know, it's been time, you know, in the process of me transitioning from out the trunk to the website, you know, I had some people still like, you know, oh yeah, I want this shirt, and they'll pull up, they'll grab a shirt, and then, or a jacket, and then I'll forget to update it on the website, on the inventory, on my inventory, and then somebody will go and try to order that same jacket that somebody had just bought in person. They'll order it online, and the sale will go through, but I forgot to update it, and that was the last jacket. So now, you know what I'm saying, now I'm like, damn. So now it's like, now I'm in a situation where I gotta refund them their money, or tell them, you know, gotta wait a week, and then throw a free t-shirt in for the inconvenience. But it's like, how many times can you do that? You know what I'm saying? So it's like trying to get all the traffic through one place. Like, you know, out the trunk is, like I said, it's convenient, but it's inconvenient for me. But I'm trying to make it to where it's like, you know, I know a lot of people either don't know how to order online. I mean, older people, you know what I'm saying? A young person got no excuse for that, but, you know, that, or you know, oh man, I just, you know, they feel like I'm right here, but shit, what if I'm not? But yeah, the easiest way is to order online. TopSoonClothing.com is the website, and the Instagram is @TopSoon Clothing. Yeah.
Man, I really appreciate you letting me pull up on you, man.
For sure,
really
man.
had this interview, man. Cause
sure.
I've been really meaning to reach out for you for a minute, because I've been loving the success that you got going on, man. And it's crazy. We're going to look at this like maybe 6 months or to a year, and you're going to be like, dang, look how much the growth came already, man.
Yeah.
So like I said, y'all get the clothing, y'all get the merchandise, man. And we're going to constantly look out for more and more stuff that you putting out, because like I said, I love the progression that you're going with, man.
That's love, bro. That's love.
All right, we're going to catch up with you.
For sure.